Hey Jennifer, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Polo 2045 color 5003, which is the classic tortoise and silver in the 52i size. Let's go ahead and begin. This is your Ralph Lauren box and case, your Ralph Lauren eyeglass case, your Ralph Lauren Polo cleaning cloth. Now, this is your frame. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temple to prevent the temples from rubbing together during shipping. I'm going to remove all that. These are your demo lenses. One of them says Polo Ralph Lauren. I'm going to take these out real quick. And I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger. I'm going to wake up the computer and hit start. And the first thing that's going to happen, this stylus is going to come up and it's going to trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Polo frame and you will receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses, which is what you are doing here. Of course, these don't even have to be prescription. I can do non-prescription, plus my receipt has my federal ID tax number. So if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. But this is a great frame. This is a tortoise color with the platinum. Usually everything is black and platinum and brown and gold. This is one of the very rare brown and platinums. But let's go ahead and get your lenses ready. You are a -3 in both eyes. You are even, so I'm going to go down. I don't even need your paperwork. I can do this by myself, but I'm going to put your lenses into my Marco 101 lensometer. Got to turn it on. You know, no matter how much money you spend on lab equipment, you still have to get it on to get it to work. But I'm going to get I've found the optical center of your lens, and I'm putting a red dot in the center of each lens. I'm going to do the same for the other. Find the optical center. I've got the spherical power. Okay, so I did not, normally I mark lenses right and left because you're the same in both eyes. I don't have to do that. This will be your right lens. Let's keep an eye on it. Which one is your right lens? Which one is your right lens? Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I think it's this one. Or is it this one? I'll do both at the same time. No, I'm just kidding. I can't get them wrong. It's left or right. But this is a block. I like to call it Jenny from the block. But I need to attach this to your lens in order to cut it. So I'm going to use a double-sided adhesive sticker. And I've already got some on there. Let me grab a couple of these. Come on, sticker, let go. But I'm going to pull the paper away to remove get it sticky on this side. Now there's a little silver button on the back. That is a magnet. That's what's going to hold it in place here in the arm. And of course your pupillary distance is 32 for the right eye, 33 for the left. So we're going to put it at 32. And the reason why I put that red dot on there, hopefully you can see that dark spot right there that moves around. That is your optical center. Ignore the blue cross. That is the geometric center of the lens. But I'm going to move your lens so it's now right there. I'm going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down and apply the block to your lens. Let's do the same thing. That now has to be the right lens because the pupillary distance for your left is 31. That's what I've got written down on the card. 32 for the right eye, 31 for the left. So I'm going to move that and put that in that square. Let me get the block ready, pull the paper off to make this side, the second side of the sticky pad. Move it around where the magnet holds it in place, hit the button, the arm comes down and places the block onto the left lens. So this is the actual edger. This costs $40,000, weighs about 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and get one, put it on your kitchen counter. You can cut glasses at home, you won't need me anymore. The actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's like a heavy grit sandpaper that's going to grind your lens material away. This wheel in the center with that little groove that I'm running the stylus in, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto your lens so it stays inside the frame. So this magnet again is going to hold it in place in the chuck. Of course I don't know the machine well enough to call it Chuck, so I call it Charles. But I'm going to, more bad humor. You get bad jokes for free whether you buy the glasses or not. That is going to be the shape of your lens. I'm going to, let's see, these are polycarbonate lenses. I do not want to polish it. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface, but I will do one on the rear. And I'm going to hit start. The first thing that's going to happen, the door closes and you will hear a groan. That's because there's a little rubber grommet over there on the right that keeps the machine watertight. And two styluses are going to go around and it's going to trace the shape of your right lens. as it goes all the way around. It does it twice, measuring the thickness at every point on the lens to know exactly where to place the bevel so it will best fit inside the frame. You might be able to hear some whirls going on, some grinding, and your lens is just about to touch down onto the cutting wheel. There you go. Now your lenses are made out of polycarb. Let me grab these. Your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to 22 caliber. If it wasn't, could I do that? It has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Well, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied, this is permanent and you'll never have to worry about it forever. As long as your prescription doesn't change, and I'll put the same lenses back in there if they do. In fact, I can always send you just lenses only. Should your prescription ever change, you'll be able to see how to pop these in at home. Now, the other nice thing about your lenses are they are aspheric. So you're in the thinner, lighter weight lenses already. Aspheric just means it has a flatter curvature. Spherical is completely round, and that gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. These are aspheric, so it starts off round and then flattens out dramatically. This gives you a wider field of view and a much better cosmetic fit. Now in just a moment your lens will come out. I'm going to grab my paper towel so I can dry your lens off, and then we'll get it mounted into the frame. I'm going to hit that button. That's going to release the chuck. Thank you, Chuck. And I'm going to just make sure there's no optical debris left on the edge of your lens. And I'm going to go ahead and get it mounted in the frame. We'll see if it fits. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. It snaps in easily. Let me do that again. If you ever need to change your lenses, pull up on the top of the frame and at the same time push down with your thumb. The lens will pop out. Now, to put the lens in, I have the frame perpendicular to me. I have the side I'm working on closest to me, so I'm not trying to reach across the frame. But years from now, should you ever need new lenses, just tuck them in at the outside corner and using your thumbs, push down at the nose, it snaps right in. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Put it in the machine, turn that over to L, which is left, and hit start. This time, the machine will be quieter since it got wet from the first cycle. But again, the stylus is going to trace the shape of the left lens this time, going all the way around, measuring the thickness of your lens to know again where to place the bevel. It could move it forward, it could move it backward, but you have no edge thickness sticking out of your frame, so you have a perfect cosmetic quality to this with no thickness whatsoever. You can see the thinnest part of your lens is the top and the bottom, the nasal and the edge where you have the thickest. Of course, it does not even show in this frame. I'm going to go ahead and take this block off. Now your prescription reads -3 in both eyes. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, and starts at 0, which we in the business call plano, everyone else calls non-prescription, and goes up from there in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on till we get to 3. So you need 12 steps of correction. If this were a ladder, you're on the 12th rung of a ladder. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger in life than it really appears. So when you put your glasses on, it will minify. That is why it's a -3. Your lenses will minify. So without your glasses on, these guns, boom, 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 they look really large. But when you put your glasses on, it'll shrink them down to the little chicken wing that it really is. And you will see it for its real size. Now I've still left, hang on, there's still a bit of optical debris on the edge of your lens. Let me clean that off so it's not poking out of the frame. I'm going to tuck it back in. There we go. And we're going to keep that. Let me darken that red dot because I will need to use that as a measurement later on. There we go. That is your optical center. That red dot, if I left it on there, would be dead center in front of your pupil. Let me hit this button to open up the chuck. Thank you, Chuck, or Charles. I'll meet you halfway. How about if I call you Charlie? Thank you, Charlie. Okay, so clean everything off there around the edge of your lens. And I'm going to, again, I have this side I'm working on closest to me. I tuck it in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs, I push it in, it snaps in easily. I'm going to go ahead and take this block off, it is no longer needed. Pull that sticker off. Dry your lens while trying to keep that red dot on there. Of course, I can darken it again. Let me just do that. And of course, where's my flashlight? Here it is. I'm going to put it back in to read the power, and I'm going to turn it back to 0, which is no prescription. I'm going to turn it until I read your prescription. We stop there at -3. The red 3s are minus, the black 3s are plus, but yours do not magnify, they minify. Do the same thing now for the left eye. Just to verify the prescription, I'm going to turn it until I read the prescription. We're at -3, and when I look over here, we're stuck at -3, so that is made perfectly. Your pupillary distance is 32 for your right eye, 31 for the left, for a combined value of 63. I'm going to place my PD stick against my thumb on the right lens, and when I hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 63 millimeters. So that is made perfectly. The other thing I want to do and explain as I clean off your lenses, of course there's free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you receive these, there's a small chance that these could be too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and I set them down, you see them wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. But press down, there is no wobble. Make sure there's the same amount of tension on each spring hinge, and that the temples overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew like that. So that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, although there's nothing I can't do when it comes to eyeglasses, but you can email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Jennifer, I appreciate you giving me the chance to make the Polo 2045. The color is 5003 in the 52 eye size. You could have bought them from anyone, but you got them from the person who gives you free prescription lenses. Well played, madam. But that's that, and hopefully everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.